Go.
Hey, what's up, Ray Ray? How are you, bud?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. I hear you have a music project to do, and it involves interviewing someone that plays an instrument and why they do it, and I'm sure various other questions. Go ahead, man. Shoot. What's up? What's happening?
All right, man. The first thing I want to ask you, man, is what came to your interest in playing the electric guitar, man?
Well, first of all, music was always in our household. You know, my parents. Every Sunday, you know, I was born 1970, so I know I'm old. I don't look it and I don't act it. But, you know, music was a very big part of our lives. And, you know, so I was always listening to music. The 70s, disco, the Bee Gees, whatever. You know, all that stuff. You know, Earth, Wind and Fire, all those great, Gloria Gaynor, Donna Summer. Check it out. Great stuff. Electric guitar. In 1978, this kid from Southern California came out, Eddie Van Halen, and, you know, he just blew our doors off. And, you know, we heard this record, and we were looking at the stereo, like, what's this guy, as you said, sounds like something from outer space. And it moved me. It did something to me. It was in the summertime, and I remember getting goosebumps, and I was 8 years old, and I couldn't understand why I was getting goosebumps listening to this, well, it didn't sound like a guitar, but it was a guitar. You know, he was doing all this, you know, he was doing all this crazy stuff. All this crazy stuff, you know, and we're like, what is going on here, you know? And that's why I wanted to play guitar. It was all started with Eddie Van Halen. Music was part of my life. My family was into it. You know, they had the radio on constantly. But electric guitar, Eddie Van Halen. Eddie Van Halen was my guy. You know, and that's what's
up, man.
That's what changed me. That's what changed me. It changed me.
All right, dude. All right, man. How long did it take you for your first guitar, man?
It took me about 6 years.
6 years,
and
man.
I was, you know, it's something I wanted to do, and my parents kind of dismissed it as, oh, you know, like a fad, you know, like a new video game, and I understand, you know, it can be expensive, and it's a, you know, it's a commitment, but it just kind of just never kind of went away, and I became, you know, I heard Van Halen when I was 8 going on 9, and then that was little, you know, I kept hearing it, and then when I was like 10 years old, Ozzy Osbourne came out, Randy Rhoads, Crazy Train, you know, that whole thing. Where's it? There we go. And that whole thing came out, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. And then AC/DC came out, you know, with, you know. And I was like, wow, this is crazy stuff, you know? And the guitar, as I listened to more and more rock music, guitar was prevalent. And in the 80s was like huge. You know, the hair metal bands and the flying finger, you know, the guys with the fingers flying around. It all started with Eddie Van Halen. And so I just kept my interest. And then finally, when I was about 15, I was graduating from junior high school, going into high school. It was like, it's a graduation thing. And my aunt gave me some money, and I had some money saved up, and I bought an Ibanez Roadstar 2 guitar, and it was, you know, a couple $100, and unfortunately I got rid of it, but it took me about 6 years. But the fire was still there. That's I have to emphasize that. The fire was still there. All those years, it was always in the back of my mind, like, this is cool, man. I'm really digging this. I want to do this, you know?
All right, man.
So it took 6 years, about 6 years.
All right, dude. When you first got it, dude, did you ever name it?
No, I did not. I never got to that point. Matter of fact, I played it for a while. I took a couple lessons, and I put it down. You know, I was like, okay, well, whatever. And every time I walked into my room, I kept looking at it, and just like, I don't know, I just kind of wanted to just grab it. You know, it was kind of cool and sleek looking, and I knew the sounds that could come out of it. And I know it sounds kind of weird, but, you know, I just kind of would always kind of find myself picking it up. And I took 2 lessons, stopped for a month, and then I came back, and I apologized to my teacher for stopping for a month. And I felt guilty. And that's when I knew something was burning inside of me, that this is what I just wanted to, maybe not necessarily do for a living, but just I knew this was going to be in my life forever. But I never named it. I just always had a passion for it. Never named it.
All right, dude. All right. So then, when you got your second one, what did you consider the first one the mistake? As a mistake?
No, the second one was just a step up. You know, it was. You get into different types of music, and you want to get rid of the big fat hollow body guitar. You want a screaming humbucker. Lightweight. Floyd Rose whammy bar guitar. And your tastes change, and it's just a progression. I didn't never thought of it as, oh, the first one was bad and this is good. I still buy guitars today that are like $300. I mean, I just know how to play, and I'm experienced enough to know how to fix them up to do what I want. But the price of a guitar, I wouldn't pay exorbitant amounts of money for one. But if a guitar is $500 or a guitar is $2,000, they can still be good. It was just a progression. It was just time for something else. I have 32 guitars now, and I plan on getting more.
Nice, dude. All right, man. If you ever had time, dude, to go back, dude, at what age would you go?
I would go back to 10 years old, and I would go get that guitar, and I would start when I was 10 instead of 15.
Yeah?
Yep. I would start when I was 10 instead of 15, and
maybe start a band or what?
Yeah, well, that's a different story, and that's something that people are like, oh, you're not in a band. No, this is just such a wonderful hobby for me. It's it helps. It fulfills me in life. It sounds kind of weird, but I don't have any kids. I'm not married, but I'm fulfilled. Like I always have a companion. I always have something to do. And it's great, and I like it this way. I like it as it's a very serious hobby. It's something I'm extremely passionate about, and it stays that way. I never wanted it to become a job. I would start a jam with guys, and we just got to get a band together, and it's and the manager and this. I'm like, ugh, I didn't want to deal with that, and all the ridicule and the criticism and people, like commenting and criticizing, and it's like, you know what? I want to sit here and I want to play something cool, and if it sounds good to me, I want to just enjoy it, and I kind of want to keep it that way. I never. Yeah, it's that's it. It's
That's point blank, dude.
yeah. I just enjoy playing, man. That's
Right, dude. All right, dude. What do you think? Anybody now? Who would you think?
What do you mean, like who are my favorite players now?
No, like where you are now. Who would you think?
About what? Like
about all the experience that you've been through, all the guitars.
As far as it affects my playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you get older, things you change. When you listen to Van Halen's first records, they're talking about going out and getting girls and partying, and they write songs now about life and love, and as you mature, it's reflected in your music, So as I've gotten older, I've gotten more into the slow bluesy things. A little Gary Moore. I get more into the intricacies now, more the subtleties, and you change, but that's where I'm at now. I'm just into anything that sounds good. I'm into anything that sounds good.
All right, dude. All right, man. You gotta show me something that you learned, dude. Van Halen. Go ahead.
Don't see it. I don't feel tardy. Yeah, man. Sorry. It's all Van Halen, baby. It's all about Van Halen.
All right, dude, you got it.